You know what? Hal today, we got into a little argument. So I wanted to start the show off with what Hal was talking about. He sent me something from Texas baseball. And I'm like, dude, nobody really gives a shit about college baseball. And he goes, well, it's big in Florida, it's big in Texas, it's in California. Huge states. 3 states. A lot more states and it's not big in the East and whatever. And listen, everything's bigger in Texas. So I said, you know what? I want to look at what sports bring in revenue, college sports. So Yahoo Finance had from March 2022, they had the revenue from sports, which sports had the highest revenue, and then the top 6. And it's going to surprise you, some of these. So, of course, football number 1, about $32 million per team. The revenue, Texas, of course, number 1, $144 million. Well, Georgia, I thought, was Georgia's second. They'd won the national championship, and they're back to back now. 134. 3 was Michigan with 126. The dump, Ohio State was 4 with 116, and Bama was 5th with 110 million. That was their revenue. So average team was 32 million, and a couple teams dwarfed that. But listen, Texas plays at 90-something thousand. You have Georgia plays 90-something thousand. Michigan 110. Dump over 100, and Bama almost 100,000. So okay, so now college basketball. Listen to this. Average team is 8.1 million. 8.1. That's a huge from 32 to that's 4 times less, right? I thought college basketball was a little higher. So Louisville number 1 in 2022, 42 million. Duke 37, Kentucky 30, UNC 27, and Indiana 26. Okay, then what do you think third? I guess Hal was saying baseball. No, hockey 2.5 million. Per school. It's mostly Northeastern and Midwest. There are some teams out west. I know Arizona State is a team. Wisconsin was number 1 with 6.2 million in revenue. Minnesota Duluth 5.8, Providence 5.6, Boston U 5.6 million, and Northeastern 5.5. So you have 2 Midwest and then all East Coast. But hockey number 3, number 4 baseball 1.25 million per team in revenue. Vandy number 1 at 5.5, Florida State second with 4.9, then TCU with 4.6, Miami 4th with 4.5, and then Arkansas with 3.9. Texas, nowhere to be found. I thought they'd be higher up, but, they do have a great program. And then number 4 was track and field, an average of 1.17 million per school. Baylor number 1 at 5 million. Howard, a historically black college and university, is second in 2022 with 4.6 million in revenue. And that I have to do a little more research on. I was going to do it, but I got caught up in my day. But that I want to check out further. Florida State 4.5, the U 4.4, and Duke 3 million and change. Duke, track and field revenue 2022. And number 5, you're never going to get this. Equestrian, 866,000 per school. Equestrian, because I'm big into horses. So SMU, Texas, number 1, 4.3. TCU, second, 3.3. Baylor, third, 2.9. Fresno State, fourth, 1.2 million. And fifth, this blew my mind, Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD, where a girl I went to grade school with, Lisa, her son is at SCAD, and a guy that Gumbo Chef and I went to grad school with, JV, he went to SCAD for a couple of years. SCAD at 1.2. So equestrian and hockey is a bigger revenue sport than baseball in 2022. So Hal, I had to put it out there. I wanted to start off the show with you, which I did. And, that makes me quite happy that, that you brought up something and I wanted to have a point about it. And, thank you. Thank you. Because I really, I really want to know. I was like, wait a minute. Well, let's see how much money baseball actually brings in. And I found 2 other sites, but I don't understand the way it works. So I sent an email and I want to get someone on from there so we can go over it all. But by sport, it broke down every sport, but it said the biggest revenue colleges, but it took all their sports and then it showed what their number 1 sport was. But I wanted a more detailed one of how much each what sports had the highest revenues, and it didn't give me that. So I sent an email, and we'll see. I found 2 different people, but I didn't want to talk about it if I didn't have the information I needed. So I sent emails to I guess I don't remember where I thought I sent it. Maybe I sent it on iCloud. Or, I thought I sent it here. Yeah, I sent it to a guy named Christopher Lee and collegeraptor.com. Those were the two sites. So that's what I did. Took care of it. And I thought that was interesting. So I thought I'd lead the show off with that. Said, Hal, all you got to listen to is the first 5 minutes and like 18 seconds. And you can come on and we can talk about it and we'll go from there. And he's saying, then he started talking about professional sports. And I'm like, dude, we know that baseball's in the top 3, but it really is football, basketball, and baseball. And, all we keep talking about is the speeding up of things. And, the lifers of baseball, the true fans of baseball are, they said, I'm going to watch the game regardless. You don't have to speed it up for me to watch it. But Jason Stark said that the games are 22 minutes faster this year than last year. And the same number of fractions a game the first week. Minor League Baseball was 1.7. And so this year the same. And